The Tower of Silence, or Dakhma. In January 19, 2003, Indian officials ventured into deep jungle investigating several missing persons reports from a nearby city. What they found was a Tower of Silence, or Dakhma. Zoroastrians use these sites to dispose of the bodies in the open air. While sites like these are not uncommon in certain parts of India, several peculiarities hint at something more unusual. None of the bodies depicted in the photograph were identified villagers from nearby who were initially surprised at the sheer number of corpses in the Dakhma, proved unable to recognize the bodies. The corpses also do not match the descriptions of the missing people. There were no animals except for maggots and flies. Zoroastrians rely on birds such as buzzards to dispose of the bodies in belief they are contributing back to the earth. Officials found the corpses relatively untouched by any sort of animal. There is no official count of the bodies. In fact, little work was actually accomplished at the site, and perhaps this is the reason only one photograph has emerged. Officials avoided the spot not only because they felt uneasy looking at it, but for the following as well. The deep pit center of the photograph was filled with several feet of festering light, for more than the bodies on the outside could ever supply. The stench was so unbearable, many of the officials began to get nauseous when they first approached the Dakhma. The expedition was ended when a villager accidentally kicked a small bone into the pit, penetrating the coagulated surface of the pool. A massive burst of gas from the decomposing bolt erupted from the pit, splashing those looking into it along with the photographer. Those caught in the explosion were immediately sent to the hospital where they quarantined for possible infection. They became sick with fever, shouting about being tainted with blood of Ahriman, the personification of evil in Zoroastrianism. Despite never having admitted they had any familiarity with the religion, in fact, many of them had no idea what the Dakhma was when they had found it. Sickness turned to insanity as many began to attack hospital staff until they were sedated. The fever eventually killed them all. When officials returned with radiation gear the following day, the site was empty. All bodies had been removed, the blood of pool was drained. All that remains is this photograph. Hope you like this video. Hit that like button.